They won game 2 yesterday, but haven't been able to capitalize on that many more. On top of that, middling performance for them so far. Maybe they can change that at the start of day number 2, game number 7 overall. We're taking the wide shot across the entire region so far. Day's team still in this is duo. That was their story from yesterday, but our current leaders right now also down to a duo, losing Osp in a single elimination, and the Storm Surge starting to tag on through, tick on through. Their 89 builds, they're looking so stacked, but unfortunately that's not going to be the issue, the worry for them right now. But it's going to be over as we see Day go down in the feed to Miro, an ex-teammate. The finish is going to come through the same time. Pledge also going to pick up Nut in the feed, and up on high ground, Muzz, Miro, Bugha alive as a full trio. Nice on that second height. This could be a huge match for them.
Osp crew only picked up 13 points. Miro, Muzz, and Bugha are at 28 points. They are surely jumped their way up and are leading the charge right now with their 8 eliminations. So with Miro continuing to just honestly stay on fire here, just coming into the day 2 is exceptional for them right now. Looks like DJ gets picked up on the mid ground though. Has to be careful. That's the hands of Scented and company there. And down come Miro. They're jumping right onto Scented's lair. Here it is. They're gonna find one. That is the quick pickup there onto Agers, what was left of the trio. And another refresher for them here. Reese, look at this. Miro just has not stopped.
He's not stopped at all. He's up to plenty of builds for himself. Muzz actually now think going down behind him. Yeah, so yeah, again, left as a duo. 9 teams remaining. This is probably not the situation they want to get the victory out, losing a teammate at the back of the Storm, but Bugha and Muzz still in this as a duo. They can do what they want. On their lair, 2 more duos. Oliver, OG, and Quanti getting the one pump. Oliver goes down. Quanti drops down behind them. Miro's now starting to chase, see if they can pick up another. That's 10 eliminations as the full trio right now for Miro, Muzz, and Bugha, and they've got to be flying up into first place, but Frisk's team is still in it.
And not only that, Frisk took down someone who was on high ground, but look at this, Cold, Cease, and Elite. We said they needed a big game. We talked about them needing to have a comeback story after a rough draw spot yesterday, and they do have high ground. Confirmed here. Visuals on the low ground as a solo here, stealing away 3 placement points right now. Lucky for him that teams are getting wiped up right now, mind you, because they need these points. They do not have the elims to carry themselves up to stay in the standings up at the top.
Single elimination onto Visuals team. He jumps into the box. Shots connected so far, but he's going to get traded out. Frisk's going to finish up the elimination so far. The siphon materials come through. That's Miro that goes down. So that's the team that they need to pick up. Bugha goes down at the same time. 2 eliminations for Frisk at that point. The full trio, Cease, Elise, and Cold still up as a solo. Back in the tart, we see Chucky playing the med kit at the same time. On the low ground, Rogue Shark, Clarity G now still in this. This has to be a low ground versus high ground placed at the end. The 119 comes through though from Cold at that moment. That could be the winning game for them. It's a 3v2. That's Chucky that goes down. One player drops. Cold drops down the back. He connects with the max damage. 203. He whiffs the next shot. It's Clarity goes down. He's knocked. Elite's at the top of the Storm trying to do the shots that he can, but he still has the 4 floppers that he can play. It's Rogue Shark versus Elite. Rogue Shark gets it. Elite goes down, and the victory royale's gonna go to Cease, Cold, and Elite in game number 7.
Beautifully done there with the 12 elimination victory royale. Talk about a comeback. Redemption arc story here setting up for Cease.
Being the one at the end of that reign, unfortunately. Back up above, however, Miro, Bugha, Muzz, 6 eliminations to their name. They're not slowing down anytime soon with the 74 points on today only. Remember, we're just showing the day 2 points, so catch up the cumulative points afterwards. They're playing second height again. They're in that close position. They're getting the shots down from Nosh Nuts team up on height, who potentially lost their third. They haven't. No, he's playing the ultimate high ground so far. So for Nosh's team, they're definitely set up to win this.
Yeah, they're setting themselves up to take this victory out home. They have the proper split going on, but the peaks coming out of Miro right now as he finds a couple of big tags onto Nosh right there. So that mid-ground pressure still coming out. On the low ground, though, Stretch is going to get caught up in the mix here. It doesn't look like Commandment's going to be able to get out of here alive as he gets coned in again here. And this is it. Barely with any room to play with right now. He's trying to get off this layer, and there's another trio up above. It's Deemer, who was sitting there waiting for him, and Scented and company get completely wrapped up and taken out the lobby now. Back into the things. What is Muzz, Bugha, and Miro going to do? Are they going to look to go down, find these placement and elimination points, or are they going to look to go for the victory out right now? Call the bluff on Nut and crew up top and see what kind of loot they have.
Doesn't seem like they have materials to start cranking. They have a ton of old builds that are starting to work through so far. So for the players to go up, it's not looking likely so far. Nuts team is way up there on that ultimate high ground. Nuts, Skittles, and Nosh still in this too. It's going to be really hard for any of them to try and take high ground. Down on the low ground, Illist, Chucky, and Avery starting to make the huge comeback after such a not great performance in that first day. They're looking to put on a show in day number 2, but Illist is going to get picked picked up on the low ground now. Chucky's going to connect shots. He's picked up Bugha there. Massive 2 HP down. Muzz down to the entire trio, picked up by Chucky. The shots connected in a fantastic fashion. That leaves Nut up on the high ground. He's sent his attack dogs of Nosh down below, but yeah, he's going to pick up that victory royale just by playing the classic high ground playstyle with 6 eliminations over for Skittles, Nosh, and Nut.
For them at this current moment, this next full moving zone is going to be an important one depending on how things play out. Joji, Donnie, and Knifer have covered their tops, so did they pull zone is the real question here, or are they going to set up like a super mega short pad to try to get across? I'm kind of confused right now.
I don't think they
they actually pull zone.
They haven't moved since like first zone. They've stayed here. This has basically been the position they've been in the entire time for them. So let's have a look at how it's going on the 67 above, going into the zones. They're not interested in taking height. They're interested in taking faces as the teams start to rotate through. Not connecting with too many shots in the padders. They've highlighted the player down below, and this is where things start to get interesting for them. Our team currently in the mid 20s, the low 20s so far, so we definitely have some other teams right now in more commanding positions. Up on height, Tahi, Sprite, and Clix. Another team in 18th place so far, so this could be a big game for them if they manage to pick up the victory royale. Down on low ground, we have definitely some interesting debates going down. We have Rise's team down on the ultimate low ground still, with Paper's team trying to land at the front side here. Oliver OG's team also still in it, and I see Muzz's team still looking healthy too.
Definitely on high ground, Tahi, Clix, and Sprite looking very good. Oh, I was going to say, but Cold seems to have wanted to contest them. Cease is going to fall there just for a moment there on second height, getting into a bit of a battle, a scuffle with Paper and Ianzo's trio. Muzz, Bugha, and Mira on the other side don't have a thing to worry about. They're sitting on so many elims already. This is nine eliminations. My gosh, coming into the moving zones right now. They have the loot that it takes as well to kind of extend this as Miro gets chunked down, but they have 6 chug splashes. Shouldn't be a single issue to go ahead and bounce them right back into the swing of things here.
Shouldn't be an issue at all. See what they can do with it. Muzz following this tart beautifully that Bugha's been made for them so far. Positions now claiming the front side of zone. Now the zone transition starts to move on through, and this is where I want to see the shots connect. The players on their layer, they don't have it free to themselves, as Muzz and Miro are going to start going for the angles, going for the shots, going for the pickups, the refreshes on those players. Let's see what that next moving zone goes. 4 seconds to find out. It's Coop's team who's challenged them the layer below. Khanada's team still in this as well, and that next zone starts to pull far, so Bugha's team, another great job getting fully ahead, trying to cut off Chimp's team, and they seem to have managed to claim the front side of zone, the best position they can possibly be in. But I don't know how many materials they still have in the inventory. But hold on, up ahead, Jamper goes down, so it's Tragic's now left as a solo. No builds to his name, connects the 52 shot onto the opposing player, harpoons him down, but no, misses the engagement. He's a little bit too late with it, and he's got to work with something and almost nothing here.
I was gonna say, I think the best bet might be to get in a cone here. He thought about it. Instead, he goes for the little protection from above. You can see Tragic's perspective down there. The weakest player in the lobby right now as the moving zone comes. AV is gonna find him, take right on out. Granted a free elimination there. Miro's still alive here by himself as a solo. He's gonna find Eden in the feed there, even without any HP. Click Sprite and Elite here though. Elite Tahi already looking to get themselves a nice little victory out here. They've only earned 44 points today, so this could be another big swing in the right direction, at least get them somewhat on track, put their wheels on the tracks here a little bit.
Miro's down. Miro goes down on the mid ground so far. I think he's traded with Khanada's team. There's a bunch of teams in the box, so now Bugha and Muzz left in this as a duo. Yeah, again, we've seen them perform multiple games as a duo so far, but Muzz now goes down at the same time, so that's left Bugha as a solo, and it's to the hands of Khanada, who's picked up the finish with 8 eliminations on Khanada so far. Egen and Dangerous, one apiece being 10 total. They have been absolutely popping off in the mid and ground layers here, just using that box fighting prowess that Khanada has to absolutely keep them moving in this zone. Bugha now, he's seen it back, playing the medkit, playing the heals, and Khanada's team starting to get pressure. He jumps to the box, Donnie goes down, another team knocks him out. Aegis now picking up the refresh in the return. He's going to keep on moving. That's Joji who goes down. He's found himself a clean layer, but almost no HP to his name. The eliminations this game almost definitely being enough to keep them flying up the leaderboards.
Unfortunately, Bugha's going to take himself out there with a mistimed medkit. It seems like So down he goes, but he has out-survived the other opponents that were up at the top of the standings. Looking very, very good for them coming out the back half of this. For Chimp, Sicko, and Oliver, who have an exceptional day. Also at 10 eliminations right now, seeing how much more they can find. That's a down body Agers, but it's not going to grant them the siphon to stay alive here. And now it's Sicko versus Sprite, and somehow, some way, high ground of Clix, Tahi, and Sprite was not going to be enough here. Sicko, Oliver, and Chimp catch a victory royale from the reboot round to the final stage in game number 9.
That is massive for them. Huge, huge. Remember, we said at the top of the show that they were...
Pay close attention to Miro, Muzz, and Bugha. They just hit a launch pad. They're going to be looking to dive in on someone. Tragic's, Jamper, and Day are fully taken out of the competition. That is 3rd place out of the running right now. For Scented, Stretch, and Commandment now, they're in the mix here. 6 eliminations, not bad at all. And they have just enough loot to continue to snake their way through this side area here. Surge is completely active. 12 players are going to have to go down. All they need to do is just stay up right here, right? Get this free placement point.
Yep, and they're in a good position to do so far. Justice is still in this as well. Rise up the front of the zone, looking to have a great game from them too at the back of the zone. Sentinel's team where we just checked in on. I see Muzz went down. Actually, no, sorry. Miro and Bugha have gone down. Muzz now left with 2 builds to his name. The Chili Effect still in. Every single team that goes down right now is going to gain more and more placements. This could be the game that we see Osp, Visuals, and Frist catch up massively on the leaderboards.
Hard to tell, though, as Muzz stays alive right now. He's earning placement points here. For every team that goes down, it's a free point, a hard-earned point. It seems like Surge is still active, so there should be another one on high ground. Big fight going down as Justice gets taken out here. Users left to defend the ultimate high by himself, but Qua just a little bit better right now as he manages to do enough work here. They're going to bring down Users, and it seems like they should be able to take things out there up top, but hold up. Visuals, Briss, and Os, they use that launch pad X-Shadow play there to make it all the way onto height. They land. Big 190 right there. That's a great tag, and Visuals looking to set this up. It's their high ground. This could be the comeback now.
Learning from the Finnish players in EU on what to do and how to take height, in particular affecting that as a trio so far. Now that zone starts to pull back and they have all of these builds to work with, and this could be a run where if we see Muzz go down on the low ground, which we've just seen right at the backside of zone there, this could be massive for Osp's team to be able to close that gap. I doubt they'll be able to make sure they overtake the first, but this could put them back in it. But on the low ground, the creative play starts to come out from Stretch. He's holding that low wall. He manages to get it at the same time. Another team manages to get it from them. Oh no, now at the same time to get another elimination. Yes, Senat's going to pick up Knight in the feed here. Let's see when he's going to start to move on through. If they can start to claim a layer. A ton of the materials starting to trade between hands. Ager's still in this as well. Frist hold it down up on the high ground. No issues for them whatsoever. We know they have a ton of materials. Starting to spray down on the Peterbot's team in second, and Bucky also needs a big game this game.
Yeah, mind you, Bucky looking very good right now, but he is low on material here. Harpoon's out, though, so they're already committed to a box. Here comes the marker. He's got the backup. They're on the layer. Can they get these full finishes here? They absolutely need it. It's been a rough day for Bucky, Macklin, and Peterbot. No, it's not looking too hot as he just gets slammed by 2 players in 2 pumps. That's Oliver, OG, and Chimp, who have been on a meteoric rise here after their last victory, and they're coming right back into the swing of things. But first place is looking to be cracked wide open here by Visuals, Frisp, and Os, who has now officially gotten themselves 6 eliminations in a top 5, and it's still rolling here. Look at how many mats he's got, the wing condition and everything. This is beautiful for them to be this kind of spot right here when they need it most.
We know that the high ground has the heal-off blade down below. The chaos is starting to ensue. Ganzo picks up 1 in the feed. His teammates go down.
That sounds
it's
awesome.
Osp that he's picked up as well, which is crazy big for it. Frist now fighting for it with Ganzo down on the low ground. He's going to trade shot for shot, blow for blow, but Frist goes down as Ganzo now versus the high ground team so far, and it's just Visuals. The zone starts to tick. We know Visuals has the heal-off play with the 3 floppers, and they're going to win another game. So it's Visuals, Frist, and Osp who manages to pick up the victory royale in game.
Mind you, Scented did pick up Rise, so that's 1 other player down. Bugha is below the Surge now. They're going to have to continue to scramble here. In the front side, though, Muzz is up. Muzz is leading here. Great tag. Muzz is going to find 1. Bugha doesn't find any. They're going to need a little bit more, though. This is a 3-man team on the low ground there, so they are going to give it up here. Bugha making the call here to continue to rotate here. They have the zone pressure as well in the back half. Commandment and Scented are picked up. Stretch is now by himself here in this end game here. Take a look at Bugha's position. 7 players separate them from the Surge.
Miro.
That's a huge tag, and yes, they did lose Miro as well. It's not looking too hot here.
This is huge. This is pivotal for the entire leaderboard. This opens things so much up for Jamper Day and Tragics. And Muzz, the entire trio has gone down to Surge in the first, moving that more casual playstyle, the not aggressive, has not worked out for them. This means Jamper Day and Tragics, if they have a big game, can clutch up huge. But for Stretch's team, they've also our current 6th place team down as a solo so far for them. And Stretch is going to have to clutch up big for their team as well. We still see Edge's team in this. Let's see what Stretch can do. Absolutely nothing, it would seem like. We also see at the same time Tetro's team still in this. We see Spexy's team. Where is Jamper? Has he managed? Yes, look up on the second height. They're battling for height with Khanada's team as a full trio down below. I am ready to see the Victory Royale and that leaderboard really start to close the gaps.
Mind you, Dusky is also still alive in the low ground. Keep an eye on him. They might be breaking their way into top 3 as we approach this final game. Can Jamper, Tragics, and Day really do enough here? Can they pop off here and pop themselves into that #1 slot, overtake Bugha, Miro, and Muzz, who did not earn much outside of the placement points there? And oh my gosh, look at the scramble that's happening here on the mid ground as Tragics gets the pressure from second height. Khanada and DJ putting that extra additional shot fire down to go ahead and force them into this can of players. And Jamper's finding all kinds of elims here. They're going to go ahead and pick some up, brings them up to 3, and the loot that they need to at least close this game out here.
Looking so strong. Tons of materials still on the Harpoon play. Converted, but the player's on the wall. He misses the shot. He doesn't get the full box. He's in a scuffed layer at this point. He needs to get himself up ahead, and he's trying to layer. It's Nil who's somehow still alive in this. Threats chunked up. Day now picks up Threats alongside Jamper. He's popping off in the back of the tarp. They've got 5 eliminations apiece so far. The spray coming out from the high ground. 4 teams remain, 9 players total. They're looking up to height the chop.
Nice.
And the big pump, the connects, and Jamper starts to go for high ground. They're going to be the nice ramp flip to go up. Cone starts to come out. He flicks up to the front side. He's cranking up. He's trying to claim height. They have it. They've managed to take height in this game. This Victory Royale, if they manage to get it, could be absolutely pivotal for them on the leaderboards.
This is it. The very crucial moment right now as DJ falls as well. They are officially the only full trio left in this game with a proper height retake. Tragics and Day are now working their way on down. Khanada's going to find a huge tag there, but that's not going to be enough. Not enough to take on this full trio. They're going to have to go toe-to-toe here. It's going to come down to whether or not they can hit all of these shots here. Tragics, Jamper, and Day have the foothold onto the backs of Hazers and Khanada here, and they're looking to win this one out.
We absolutely have ourselves a trio tournament right here. Day's gonna drop down and even just instantly win it so far. The shots all connect from a perfect pinch from every single angle right there. 7 eliminations total for Jamper, Day, and Tragics.
Austria will need a Victory Royale in roughly, I think, 8 or so eliminations to really punch their way through. This is possible because, again, they pulled that half and half out. They have the material to work with. First takes a little bit of fall damage there on this movement on in. Tragics is punished again. This is my Clix talking and Sprite this time. 5 damage above the surge. 15 players have to go down. They're going to have to fight here. Once again, they're going to have to push a trio. It's going to take some Storm Surge. Oh no, the failed wall there. That could be a difference maker right there. In they go. They have the marker where they want to land planned out. They touch down. The cones come out. They're sitting between some enemy builds. As cautious as ever. They're alive.
Materials still in the inventory though. Look at what they got to work with. So much. Tragics has the firepower to be able to pick up these eliminations at the same time. I'm looking forward to what Jamper's team could do. They're in the great position to front the zone on height. Fatch's team, but I'm not worried about them so far. I'm looking at Tragics. I want to know what they can do with this. All the hard math.
Visuals is down.
Next one pulls down. Visuals does go down. That's our 3rd place team so far, losing a member.
First found a single elimination though. They did need that. That was something to keep an eye out on as Peterbot goes down as well to carry there. 18 damage Vanilla out for Tragics, Jamper, and Day. Minigun's gonna start to come out here. They're really desperate to find some tags. It's gonna come down to whether or not they can get this pressure. Look across or look down is the decision they have to make right now. And Tragics takes his focus down to the low ground teams. Can he find something? Can the shots pierce through? Surge is definitely active right now, taking some players. The single team has to go down. There it is. Someone finally falls. Pressure is alleviated for a moment here. They have the builds. Winnable now. Elite Cease and Cold on the high ground. They want this top 3. They want to fight their way back into tens of thousands of additional dollars here.
190's magic number. Apparently we got to be looking out for. My math's horribly wrong as always, so we'll keep it out looking for Days so far. That should be the guaranteed. They were on 150ish on that second day. Still the low ground. We see Commandant's team still in this. They're still fighting up for a higher position in this as well. They're picking up shot for shot. Commandment Did a good job getting himself tucked head clean in the front side of zone as we see Stretch still with him. Tragic is up on high ground. Tragic Jumper, they have managed to claim the height. They get knocked out at the same time. They are in a position to not only win this game, but win the entire tournament. But they have no elims. They are going to need elims if they want to win the entire tournament. This is not enough for them to do it just to pick up the victory royale. They're going to need at least 4 or 5.
That's not enough. They're going to definitely need some eliminations here. The pressure's at an all-time high considering they have the high ground. Do they understand the situation at hand is the true question. On the low ground, Kabam Stretch is scented, making no waste of the position they've been granted, the key position of that low ground, and to doubling back and forth the zone. This is where they barrel over the best. They know how to play this. Singling out a team up above them. They should be setting up a big elim here shortly. Thinking of knocking this trio down. They don't have control of that. Frisk is still in this game. Frisk still clutching up placement points here. They have 3 eliminations. They have definitely closed some kind of gap here between them and Jamper. First 2K found ceasing to feed there.
Go second. We'll see if it's enough to go second. Still up on height. Tragic Jamper. I know they're feeling super excited about this height, but we need to see them pick up some eliminations in the feed. But Frisk at the same time managing to crack shot after shot here, but down the low ground still has a solo. He's gonna have to connect more shots than that. Oh, the player comes up from the box. He doesn't connect it. The spray comes from above. The walls start to go through. He puts the edit. He's looking for the players on the run, but the spot's up on high ground. He misses the shot with the player. It's Ganzo who picks him up too, so it wasn't even Jamper's team. Jamper from his POV, they managed to get elimination, and it's Day's POV from here on out.
2 elims now. Tragic's found another one. Jamper's in the box. This is a crucial elim right here. He has to get it. He does not. Can Day finish it off? Will the zone do the rest of the true question? They have lost 2 members now. It's up to Day. It's all on Day's shoulders here. If he wants to be the FNCS champion, how badly does he want it? No more time left on the clock. He has to jump down and fully commit here. A siphon is going to be what separates him to stay alive. And no, it's not enough. He falls. And instead, users and Justice win the game by default for staying alive just long enough on the low ground.
Look, the numbers were going flying there. We obviously saw the huge victory roll come up from Jukes, Justice, and users.
By 7 points, your champions in Chapter 2, Season 8. It's Muzz, a winner from OCE. Come on over to NAEs to get a win. It is Miro, another winner yet again, 3-time champion in NAEs. And your World Cup champion, Bugha!